Greetings, programs! Today's Brando reviews of the 2015 Avengers Age of Ultron Marvel Select Thor from Diamond Select. Let's do this. Woo! Start with the packaging. This is the packaging, very thick Marvel Select packaging. Here's the side. You see how big it is? Not that big of a fan, but it supports their really big figures. Got my comic book shop sticker on the box there. This guy was only like 16, 15 bucks. So it's actually really good for this figure, relatively cheap, and his likeliness is on point. It's really hard to pick out which Thor you want. We got Figma, we got Figure Arts, we got Hasbro's Legends, we got Diamond Select's Marvel Select. There's so many to choose from. This guy, I think, looks the best out of all of them. I don't like the paint, but we'll talk about that later. But here on the left side, you got your Thor stuff, your Avengers logo. Showed you that side, nothing. This side's a really cool picture of Chris Hemsworth, one of my favorite actors. He looks pretty cool. Here's the back, just the overall packaging. I'll get close to show you the text. So pause and read that if you'd like to. Right here, we got a photo of Thor. He kind of looks like Kevin Nash. I'm not gonna lie. Down here, we have also available Hulk and Black Widow. Not actual product because it looks just like her. Distributors, blah, blah, blah. This toy is made in
China, okay?
So without further ado, let's unbox this. So I'd like to talk about his base. It's pretty big. You got this, it's actually a rubber. Interesting. I don't remember what this part was from the Avengers Age of Ultron. Only saw the movie one time. My opinion wasn't that great. The first one is amazing. The second one is not so good. But this plastic base is pretty big. I assume we'll just like put him right here. We'll just do that now really quickly. To quote my buddy Max, he fits. That actually looks kind of cool. I think it might be backwards. I feel like it should be like this or something. As you see with that base, it actually looks really cool. I'm a really big fan of Diamond Select and them including a base for a $25 price point. The figures might not be that great, which in my opinion, they're really not. They look great in the packaging and the likeliness is on point. But including a base, I think that's probably the best thing for consumers. It's really nice of them to be thoughtful like that. And I think companies used to include bases and stuff and die-round pieces in the past for like 20 bucks, 25 bucks, and they stopped. Really happy that Diamond Select does include these types of deals for the fans. So before I get into the nitty-gritty with Thor, let's get our measurements to see how tall he is. He should be a pretty monstrous size. He is about 7 3/4 inches tall. So like I said, with the likeliness, in my opinion, out of all the figures, this looks most like Chris Hemsworth, at least in the face. So right off the bat, I noticed that this guy has quite a bit of paint defects. So we have like one there at the neck. We got one here on the arm. Actually, the arm is very scruffy looking. Like there's a random, I'll get close for you can see better, scruff right there. It's like chipping type deal. I think that's supposed to be shading right there for his arm, but it just looks really weird. Maybe it's supposed to be like tricep definition. But as you see here, there's none on that side, so that's interesting. I don't know really about Thor's mythology, but I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be like that. Here's the back. I mean, who cares about the back because the cape's being covered, but you see the sloppy paint on the sides there. Random. I think that's supposed to be red, so. Besides that, he looks okay. It does look like him in the face. The hair does look a little bit fake. You can see that there's like red underneath. I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to be like that. But regardless, we got his face, his blue eyes, and his blonde hair and his beard. Looks really good. I guess just test his articulation. This figure actually isn't too bad. This is probably the best Marvel Select I've ever purchased so far. So that is his head swiveling, not much up and down action. He has really good articulation for shoulders. Looks like his right shoulder on your left there goes a little bit higher. No idea why. This is supposed to be even, but it does feel a little weird because of the paint. We do have single jointed elbows, which kind of sucks. Hands, no interchangeable hands, and it doesn't go in and out or down and up. It just goes in a 360. So that sucks. He has a hammer. Does it come out of his hand? It does, so that's really cool. And he only has this one closed fist here on his right and the open hand, like he's the Undertaker or something. He has an ab swivel. It does go in a 360. It does go down quite a bit, and then that's about up, and then when he's going straight, so it's really not that much backwards. So he has the good old Marvel Select type cutouts there. It's, you know, the square, but he also has circular legs. So I find that actually really interesting. It's a combination of the two. Like I said, it looks really good. And you have your top thigh articulation. He does have double jointed knees. It looks like he has the Figma type thing going on here with his knee pads for the boots. Looks ugly as hell. Then he does have ankle articulation up and down, as well as a 360 in case you want to put him wide-legged, then you can sit him down easier, like so. One thing I do appreciate about this figure is that the cape is like a rubber. It's a very thick rubber, and unlike the Batman v Superman toys, he can actually stand just fine and balance just fine. And you can pretty much situate him any which way. You can have him wide stanced. You can have him straight-legged, and he still stands. Probably because the weight of the figure. This guy's heavier than the Batman v Superman ones, but also helps that he has cutouts along the bottom of the feet and a little peg to where you can put him on a stand and stuff, which is pretty awesome. One thing I noticed, I think it might be a problem. I don't know why figures are like this nowadays, but these damn toys, man, out of China. He does look straight, but he's a little bit crooked. Like, he should be a little bit more lined up to his right side. He's kind of like swaying a little bit to his left. But real quick, here's his hammer. I feel like it should have some more paint. This is just pretty much one color. You might have a different type silver for the grip, but I doubt. I think it's just the sculpting. I don't know. This hammer is... I don't know, man. It's not that special. But it does feel good because it's kind of a rubbery type plastic or just straight rubber. So that's really cool. And of course he has a little wrist guard. I wonder if he can just throw that around his hand. He can kind of just hold it. So that's actually kind of cool. So final thoughts. Honestly, I thought this figure was gonna suck. I thought it was really gonna be bad. After reviewing the Black Widow, which was not that great. After reviewing the Deadpool, which was very, very old styled articulation, kind of gummy. This guy's a little bit gummy, but he's not that bad. I guess the paint having some issues with the splotching and the non-symmetrical arm paint. He does feel a little cheap with the skin tone. It's, you know, the painted on type skin. Kind of stinks. There's only single jointed elbows. The hands don't have much articulation. The knees are Figma style. But you can see here, this is a decently dynamic pose I got him in. I think also he's balanced with the cape here. But it's awesome that his cape doesn't overbalance him. He's a big figure. Honestly, I thought I was going to give this figure a 5 out of the box because I thought he was going to suck. But he's not too bad. Paint slopping and etc. etc. I'm thinking like a 6 or a 7. I really can't decide. I might just go 6.5. I really don't do halves, but yeah. I wish these guys were painted better, but for $25, including a base, this is actually a really good value, especially for Thor fans. Thor fans being like Chris Hemsworth fans also. I really do like this figure, so maybe I will just give it a 7, because this toy does look really good as a toy. So thanks guys very much for watching. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe down below to stay tuned for the latest and the greatest from this channel. Leave a comment down below. What is your favorite Thor? Not movie, but figure. Is it Figma, Figure Arts? Is it Marvel Select, or is it Marvel Legends? The Legends really doesn't look as good as the Marvel Select Thor. I really like Marvel Select because of their movie likeliness. They look just like the actors. That's what I want in an action figure. And Marvel Select delivers here. So it's actually a decent figure, thank God. And if you dislike this video, I apologize for any inconvenience. Thank you for choosing CRS. Greetings, programs! Today's Brando reviews of the 2015 Marvel Select Avengers Age of Ultron Black Widow